Hello, I'm Sarah Strauss with The Place to Mortgage, and today I wanted to chat with everybody about mortgage renewals. So, oftentimes I'm asked when I finalize a mortgage for a client, well, what happens in 5 years? Typically, a mortgage term is a 5 year term, whether it's a fixed or variable. You typically will hold that mortgage for 5 years. Now, you can have a 1 year term or a 2 year term or several different types of term. I'm just referencing 5 years because that's typical. And so I always say, well, in 5 years from now, you certainly will get an offer from your current lender to renew that mortgage. As long as you've not defaulted on payments or not been, a really great mortgage customer, they will want to renew your mortgage and they'll offer you a renewal notice to renew that mortgage for you. What we find, however, is that I'd say over 80% of the clients will take the renewal notice when it comes in the mail. They'll simply sign it and send it back, thinking, oh, well, this is my bank and my lender, and I've dealt with them for however long. So, of course, they're going to offer me a really great rate and be very fair with me. But what we find is that's not the case. They do know that 80% of consumers will simply sign that renewal notice and send it back. So, what do? They typically will inflate that mortgage renewal rate, thinking, oh, well, Sally's not going to pay attention or look into that and she'll simply sign. She's going to think that it's a great offer. So I encourage everybody, whether you got your original mortgage with us or not, I will offer to do a no obligation consultation. If your mortgage is coming up for renewal within the next 120 days, please call me. We can take a look at the terms. We can secure you a low rate and we can hold that rate for you. And then when you get that mortgage renewal notice in the mail, we can determine if the rate that we've held for you is lower or if their rate is lower. And typically 9 times out of 10, that renewal rate that you're offered is not a fair rate. And we can end up saving you thousands of dollars. I've got a couple of examples of files that we worked on just this week, and I wanted to run the numbers by you just so you can see the difference the little bit of difference it makes, as well as how absurd these rates are that are being offered on renewal. So I have a guy that came to us and he had a $300,000 mortgage and there's 20 years left owing on it. And the renewal he got from his bank was at 4.5%. We were able to actually secure him a quick close special before the rates went up at 1.74%. He ends up saving $24,660 in payments over the 5 years. Plus, after 5 years, his mortgage balance with us will be $13,462 lower. So for him just to simply call us to ask, hey, this is what my bank offered me for a renewal. I mean, he knew that that rate was high because it was at 4.5%. The bank wasn't willing to come down. We were able to offer him a better rate. At the end of 5 years, he's going to be ahead of the game, $38,122. Another example was a couple. They came to us. They've got a $424,000 mortgage. There's 18 years left remaining on their mortgage. They were with a pretty decent lender. They offered them 2.39. We were able to secure them a special here at 2.04. So that's not a big difference at first glance. One would think like, I'm not going to worry about that. But we're actually able to save them $4,040 in 5 years. At the end of 5 years, their mortgage will be $2,440 lower. So they're investing probably 3 hours worth of time to do an application with us, send us some documents, meet with the title company. But after 4 years, they're going to save $6,580. So for 3 hours worth of time, $2,000 an hour, I'd say, I think that's a pretty good return on your time. Long story short, if your mortgage is coming up for renewal, please contact us. The worst we'll say is, yeah, that's a great offer that your bank gave you, sign that. Or we might say, hey, we can save you some money. It's going to take you maybe 3 hours worth of your time, but at the end of 5 years, you're going to be so far ahead of the game. It's always worth double checking. So please give us a call. And right now we're running a renewal promotion where all the renewals that close with us in Q2, so April, May, and June, are entered in to win a barbecue or a patio heater. So it's a perfect prize for spring. The weather is great out there and we just want to be outside. So we're going to give you away a patio heater. You're going to all be entered into a draw for all the renewals that close with us in the second quarter of the year. I hope everybody has a great day, and as always, please reach out if you have any questions at all.